Oh crap. We're starting to get iced out. That's not good. Might have to bring up some salt or get my big tiger torch going or something. Melt that back down again. There'll probably be a little bit of frost in there maybe. And it's kind of heaved up the gravel and stuff there. It's making my door not work too well. So anyways, how's she going today, Tubes? Pretty good here, pretty good here. So I got a couple of things I wanted to do today. One is I got this old engine here that came originally on my pressure washer. It's a 13 horse they claim. And 13 horse? 15 horse. Oh, well, model 15, I don't know exactly what they're gonna claim it at, but I think it's more like a 13 horse. Pretty much Honda knockoff, good old Powerfist. The 5.5s, like on my rototiller, they were actually not too bad, but this one, I just was never happy with this one. It's just never been a very good machine. And where on earth did that hose go? Where on earth did that go? Actually, it must have gone in there somewhere. We should go up in the air cleaner somewhere here, but I don't feel a thingy here. But anyways, I don't know, maybe that just sat up in there. It looked like it was in something though. Where should that have gone? That's interesting. Anyways, not a big deal. I switched this one though with my 9 horse Honda. A lot smaller, way better. An actual official real Honda. I think you guys have maybe seen that old engine before. I've had it for a lot of years and had it on my go-kart and then took it off and just kind of sat there. So it pretty much new old stock, but never really had any hours on it. But anyways, this one, I don't know. You'd never know if this one was gonna officially start, and it seemed to be like, I don't know, like it's for some reason it's really hard to pull, where the Honda's just like, and it's like, really? And this one you could never start it without squeezing the trigger on the pressure washer wand. Would not start, never. So you had to do that, and pull that, and hold this, and hold your foot on the thing, and then pull this, and it was really hard. And I don't know. I want to tear it apart and have a look inside. And that's what we're going to do today, I think. But if I can get in the container, first of all, I want to do a cold start on the John Deere brakes and scrap iron there and see if it'll start up. So let me go clean the door off of there, see if I can even get in there now, and we'll give her a shot. Might have to get the torch out, start melting. All right, I swept it open. Should be good. Now I want to see if changing that spring helped. It helped when it was warmer outside, and like this thing had problems kind of starting even when it was, you know, summertime. So when we switched that spring over, it made a big difference. So let's see, we'll put her right up. Let's see what happens here. If it's gonna run for a bit, I'll maybe let it run. And here we go, it's gonna be loud, just to remember. Uh-oh. Just may not like the cold at all. Throttle's right up. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's pull this cover off here again. And I might just have to manually choke it a little bit. I need my little wrench. Interesting. Come on, baby. I'll give it a crank again just before I try to manually choke it here a bit. But I think after I'm going to end up taking the battery out maybe. Although it's probably good to start it up and let it run every once in a while. But okay, let's give her another shot here just to say we did. Well, I just had to take the cover off. Now it didn't keep running, mind you, but it's funny how you do that and sometimes you let it sit there and then it just bang, fires right up. It's not, so what's happening there is the fan's making up air and it's blowing that little vein open and it's taking the choke off too soon. That's why I don't like this system. That's exactly what it's doing there. So if I maybe bring the speed down a little bit, it doesn't make so much air. Wasn't a nice start. No, I was going to stop again. It wasn't a nice start, but it started. It would not start with a spring on the other side. I don't know what the change is there, but start too bad. Definitely learned something there though. Shouldn't probably start those things cold on full throttle, and I normally wouldn't do that anyways because I don't like running the ball sack kind of off it while it's like really cold. So that kind of makes sense. You know, it's going to be cranking. You're not going to be sucking in quite as much fuel when it's cold like that, but as soon as that thing takes off, that fan pushes on that little vein and then it closes that choke off. So that totally makes sense, and that seemed to be better cold starting there. So there you go, you learned something today. But anyways, let's get at this feller here. And I don't know how far we're going to strip this down. I wouldn't mind maybe pulling the side cover off here and having a look, because I don't know why it's always been a brute to pull. Something's weird with it. I don't know, something's like really tight or something. I don't know, but let's get you on the tripod here. I'm gonna let that mower run for a little bit. We'll get you on the tripod here, and we'll start stripping this down a little bit here, seeing what's in here. I wouldn't mind looking under the kind of the valves here too. Pull that head off, I guess, and see what's going on under there too. So let's get out of here. You're gonna hear that heater run though, of course, right now because it's like really cold out. I've got her on. It's been on here for about an hour, and it's we got her up to about a little over 60, so 15, 16 degrees. That's not bad. That's about where I got it set to there. It's about 17 there, so it'll shut off soon, and then I'm sure it'll turn right back on again. I should probably get the generator out too and get it to fire up and run my little heater off it, and then have some air blowing this way to kind of help that a bit, because gonna be the problem is I'm not going to be able to maybe get that propane filled up for anywhere around here so right now, but I don't know. I have to run the cord to the door, and you know what, that would be kind of handy, except it'd be really loud, but I'd run it right behind the door because this thing blows a lot of hot air, like a lot of hot air, and it'll actually melt the ground there a lot. So I don't know if I can do that right now though, but let's get this engine pulled apart here and see what we can see. All right, hopefully I have my metrics there. This should be all metric wrenches. My other ones are in the container, but I guess we'll start by taking the bulky stuff off, like the muffler. That might be not too bad yet. I'll probably need a long one for that, and that is, looks like a 12 maybe, 11. It's noisy here now. The mower's running, the heater's running, that's a 13. 13A. Alright. Yeah, this thing it still ran, but I don't know. I've never been happy with it. Sometimes it would run, you'd fire it up, it would run, and then it would just shut off. Would not start again. It's like, ah! The Powerfist stuff isn't really too bad, but some of it's not tremendously good. It is, you know, the Chinese stuff, right? So get rid of the big muffler here. I mean, they do a good job. Everything looks like Honda stuff. And you know, that alone is pretty heavy, which is surprising. Like cast iron and everything here, like that's pretty decent. I'll put these back on. Looks like the I don't know if the gasket came off with it there or what happened there, but wouldn't mind getting into the take the head off. And well, let's get rid of the bulky stuff, like I say, first here. We'll get the air cleaner cover off. Yeah, it never ran. Like it ran once it was running. It seemed pretty good. Like it had lots of power. But comparing it now to the Honda, my Honda that I put on, it was like night and day difference for ease of starting. Like the other one, you get just 2 fingers and boom, away it goes, and it runs it just as good, or if not better than this one, I think. Looks like we might have had a small exhaust leak on this. Oh, there's a bleed hole there. That's probably where it was coming out of. Let's see here. Yep. I guess for moisture or whatever, but that's a fairly thick, beefy muffler on there. I'm kind of surprised. That's really surprising. Okay, what do we got now? What do we got now? This is probably a 10, so we'll put this one back. Go down. There's a lot of 10s, I think. 10 mils on this. Oh, these are smaller than that. Are you kidding me? Well, that's because I grabbed the 11 there, bud. Go with the 10, it might fit better. That's more better. So I don't know if it was a carburetor issue. I never took this thing apart. I just, you know, winterized it and then just drain the gas out and drain the bowl out, give it a blow underneath with some air, and that's all I ever did to it. So now we got a little bolt here, which is even smaller again. Might be smaller than that. Wow. 8mm maybe? Yeah, 8 mil. Wow, that's tinier than I thought it would have been. Gotta take all this stuff off though to get the head off. This is I like these heads on these. They're really neat to work on and easy to get the valve springs on and off. I don't know if I'll take the valves right out, but okay, that should be free there. Oh, I should have brought up my spinny table thing I made for paint and stuff on. It never worked good. It was my stepdad's idea to build one of them, and he's like, oh, I use one of those at home. You gotta build yourself one of them. I'm like, okay. So I did, and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty awesome. So you put it on there, and you just spray and stuff. You just spin it and spray it, and none of this trying to grab it and then turn it. And okay, so now we got governor spring here. You guys still see that? A little springage. Need a little pair of pliers for that. Mini pliers. Oh, they're getting all seized up on me. Uh-oh. If I can get a hold of them here. It'd be easier to take the other guy out first. I'm gonna do that. So this, you just open that up, and no, that one's a bit different. Normally you can open them past center there and then flop it off, but I'm gonna have to probably pull off the carburetor a bit first here to get it to line up. Now that's one thing I must say, their little hose clamps are really chintzy. And that hose, wow, is it ever stretched too. It's, I don't know if you can see that, but it's pretty much probably shrunk, I would imagine. And well, it was pushed on this thing a long way for some reason. It probably didn't have to go on that far. That was really sucked in there good. Not the best of hose. I think I put a hole in it there too, trying to grip onto it, but that's all right. I got lots of hose. We can put new ones on. Okay, so that's part of that. So yeah, this, we can turn this now, and then that should just flop right out. There's your carb removed. And I don't know if I can get this other end out of here yet. Just leave him for now. This throttle plate can maybe come off. That's actually a funny, it's like a rubberized metal plate gasket for the carburetor there. That's kind of neat. This guy here. Now there is another spring going to give this a bit of springage here, but it's going to have to come off. And it goes over to the governor here to get that off after. But that one, and then there's a little guy over here. You guys won't be able to see that one. Oh, holy jumping, that was on there good. And I got one in the shroud here holding this plate in too. I think that's it. I think. Sometimes what you think isn't what it is. And this engine, I would say, is probably got, oh, it's probably got 100 hours on it maybe. I didn't use it a whole lot for pressure washer, but I did a bit of monument cleanings with them and stuff. Lightly clean, turn the pump way down when you clean monuments, right, so you don't damage them too much. You can put like 100 years of wear onto a monument really fast when you're using one of these things. So I turned it down really low, and then just kind of takes the muck off, but not the stone, right? So, all right, that should be pretty much loose there, except the springage. These I'm gonna thread back on here. Maybe I'll throw this guy on too, just to say we did. Don't want to lose the bolts. And oh, where'd this one go? Where did that one go? I don't remember. Okay, so under here is the governor spring here. It might be a little bit of a bugger to get out of there. I don't know yet. Nope. He's out. Might be a real bugger to put back in. And I think I maybe pinched under the recoil here a bit. There we go. All right, there's your throttle mechanism plate thing. Don't lose that spring. Need that spring. Wow, they mount the gas tank a little differently here though. There's actually like a bracket mounted right to the engine. That's pretty cool. That could probably come off too. We'll lose a lot of bulk off of there. We got a couple of bolts here that looks like back to a 10 on this one. These I'm going to thread back in if I can. One went there. That's for that throttle plate. One was there. The other one's the recoil, but I can't really throw it in yet. But I could take that coil off maybe. Why don't we do that too? Well, let's do the tank first here. I want to get that tank off there. So I think we're back to 10 mil, and I'll get another. I don't have any more extensions up here. Got to bring up some bigger ones. Maybe some wiring in here. Oh, that's small again. My bad. A little guy. Could go with a bigger ratchet. That would probably be not a bad idea. There's no oil in this unit. I drained her out a while ago there. That's interesting. They even mark the head bolts when they've torqued them on to, with like a marker or something to see, you know, if it moves, you could see where it moved. Oh. There we go. Just not really sure why this has been so hard to pull over. It's really kind of questioned me for quite a while. And right from new though it was like that, so maybe that's just the way they are, but it didn't feel right to me. So I don't know, maybe there's something going on. But, I mean, it always seemed to run, but like, you know, not great. Okay, we got some wires to unhook. Should probably go shut that mower off now. Oh man, they double hooked them on me here. Dude, really? Why did you do that? Oh, I see. Wow, that's surprising too. I've actually done really good at building this. I'm kind of surprised. Even got a little clip to hold the wires in there. So there's your recoil off. Sweet. Find a home for that. All right. Now let's put these back in. Plastic fan on it. Oh man. I don't know whether I'll go as far to take the flywheel off. I think we really need to do that. Fire these all back in here. Okay, that's good. She's getting a bit lighter. Let's do the tank here now, and they should be 10s. I do believe, I'm not sure if I got enough extension here though. If I go into a 3/8 ratchet though, I got a lot longer extension, so I'm going to do that I think here. Nice 3/8, a little bit longer. And one here. Mower's probably had enough running there now, so there's provisions there for electric start too, but this one never came with an electric on it. So that would sit out here and you have to punch out that thing, I guess, there. Got one here. Good tank for something if you needed a tank for something. We actually had an old guy, he's passed away now the last couple of few years. He was super, well, he was a machinist. Super smart fella. And man, he built a little, I've always remembered this one, but he built a little hit and miss engine out of an old Briggs & Stratton engine. And it was a little ornery, this little engine, but the right way there, bud. Thought it was. Holy jumping. What the heck's going on there? Try this one. Holy jumping. Those so tight for it. I'm going the wrong way. I was going the right way before. What the heck? I'm stuck. Uh-oh. How did I get there? What's going the right way? It's upside down, so it's messed me up. There we go. So yeah, he built this little engine out of a 3 or 4 horse, you know, 1960s Briggs & Stratton engine from way back. And man, he was a smart fella. Lost a great man there when he passed away, but you know, we can't live forever, so And he had a collection of Briggs & Stratton stuff there. Whew. Just phenomenal. Anyways, so should be loose. And she is. Off she goes. Get out of here, you. Okay, I'm just going to thread these back on. Just so I don't lose them. And then I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to go shut that mower down. All right, mower is off. It's a little quieter now. Woo! All right. Now that, can't remember which way that pulled now. That should pull towards you guys. Oh man, the compression stroke is just, it's really good on there, I must say. So let's take these off. Try not to misplace those little guys. And, because that hook's on the governor there, of course, right? The governor, the governor. Okay, what else? What else we got here? Let's pop the valve cover off. That's probably a 10 again. Yeah. Overhead valve. What a design, eh? The other ones, I don't know, not quite as efficient maybe, but they worked pretty good too. Weird, just go tighten and loose and tighten, loose, tighten, loose. Pull that plug cable off, they even have a holder for that. Now that's probably not going to come off super too easily. There we go. Well, she's nice and clean in there, must say. This is actually very well engineered, I must say. Again, like, for a Honda knockoff, it's pretty darn good. I've never checked clearances on them. That feels a bit loose to me, but let's see here. That's the compression stroke there, so let's just go through it. There's exhaust, intake, should be the compression there, yeah. That's the top dead center there, so that's where you want to check your dewies, I believe. Oh, that didn't stay off too long. Holy. This insulation in here really helps, but it says, you know, the floor is not insulated with anything, it's just the plywood, so that's not helping a whole lot down there. I never thought I was going to heat this when I was building it, so I don't know what that clearance is there. I don't really, got a measuring stick here. I don't really know what the clearances should be though. Well, that's 20 and that's too big. 13, no. 12. Nope. 8. It's getting close. There's a 6. 6 is about right there on both of them, so it's about 6 thou, I guess. I don't know if that's right. I don't know what the clearance is for them. Okay. Now, if we're going to take this head right off here, we're going to have to take this little spark plug cable out of there. And that's going to be bigger. That's going to be probably a, well, I don't know, 10 back anyways. This is going to be 14. Look at that, bang right on. Let's pop the head off of this guy here and see what's happening under there. Maybe. Holy jumping, maybe not. Holy shnikes, who put that on? Okay. Get her up on her side here, I guess. I don't know if you guys can see too well. I'll smooth it down a bit. Holy shnikes, I might have to get more leverage here. My goodness. I got my big, I'm trying to think here what would be the best to get more leverage onto that. Gosh, I wouldn't think they'd be that tight. Oh, no, I'm not going to get that. Okay, I'm going to get my killing bar here. I don't have a breaker bar here, but I'm going to have to use, I guess, my... it's not really the right tool for that, but... And, of course, that's 1/2 inch. And I don't think I can do that now. Darn it! It'll work, but I don't have an adapter, I don't believe, here for that. Alright, well, I'll figure out something else. What else can we stick on there to get a little more leverage? Maybe the big bar here. Oh, it's not going to fit on that ratchet. Darn it. And I know this wouldn't work. Boy. What about like a big wrench here? Maybe if I can get that to lock onto here, maybe. Holy crap! I'm thinking that they probably glued those in with some red Loctite, maybe. There we go. I don't know, it would have been a little stickier than that, I think, with the Loctite in there, but... Well, look at the leverage go to work. I love leverage, eh? I just love leverage. Look at that. I think there's only 4 of them. Let's set it back up here and pull this thing out of here. A little bit of leverage from the help from the 15/16 wrench. Awesome. Let's pull one of these out of here and see if they actually Loctited these or not. Not a thing on them, unless it's inside. I probably should take these push rods out of here. I want to get this right loose here. I don't know if I can get enough push on her there though and swing it off. Well, that'll work. Okay, so this was the exhaust side. They're probably both steel ones. Sometimes the intake's aluminum. They both look like steel. Wow, that's amazing. I don't have a magnet to test them, but they both look the same. All right, so that's good, that's good. Pull this one off. Oh, it's getting tight. So it's a little more persuasion, maybe. There we go. Oh, still gonna be tight. There we go. I don't know what they were torqued to, but that was a lot. More than I could get off with just the ratchet, that's for sure. Okay, I think those are all the same. Not the same. There must have been something on those threads. I don't know. Something was in there. Something. Something. That one I don't think is quite out yet. Oh, look at the stuff on it though. That's weird. Must have been their sealant. Not the best of sealant, but anyways, I guess it worked. Okay, we're ready to split the head off of here, and it's going to come off and split right through here, right through that little joint there, and then we'll be able to see the top of the piston, and it should be right at the very top right now. Now that's if I can get this thing to pop off of here. It might be glued on pretty good, but I think it's moving. looks like it's going to end up maybe wrecking that. No, it didn't wreck the head gasket. I'm kind of surprised. The one alignment pin didn't stay in where it should have, though. It was both on the top, I think. Yeah, they're both up here. Alright, there's some kind of weird right in there you never would have seen before. There's your valves anyways. And it's dirty enough. A little dirtier than I thought it would have been, but springs seem really good still. The Hondas are nice because they're small enough you can actually like push on them and then push them out without having to use a spring compressor, but I don't know if that one's going to be so quite the same. Now let's check the bore here. It looks pretty good. Lots of cross hatching still left in there. I don't know if you can see that. It's not a super nice cross hatching job though. That was just done, let's go! Super fast, so seems to be spinning there good, but maybe it's just a really good compression engine in it. So that's a good sized piston though there. I'm kind of surprised. That's gonna need a measurement there. What size is that one roughly? Hang on. Let me get the right side here. Oh my goodness. 3 3/8 it looks like. Huh, interesting. Now just to compare, I wish I had one here, but the size of the piston on the John Deere AR, so that one's like this big, the AR is like this. It's freaking huge, but they're really long too. I really like to get one just to have and put on the shelf. I should see if I can locate one somewhere just for fun. And they're huge. The 2 cylinders in that engine is bigger than a 5-liter Mustang engine in cubic inch. It's insane. But anyways. Yeah, there's a little bit of crud there, but boy, overall though, it's not really too bad a shape. A little bit of carbon on the edge there. This is, that would be the exhaust side, I believe it was, so there's a little bit more right on this little lip right there. That's not too bad. I don't know whether I want to strip the piston right out of there, but I want to pull the side cover off here too today, maybe have a lucky see in there. That'll be probably a 10 mil again. Yes. A 10 millimeters. Ratchet sounding weird. Well, they might have had some crap on there too, maybe. Locker in. It's not as good as I don't think as our Loctite stuff. That's some kind of weird stuff they're using. Maybe it's like spaghetti or something. Smear some fresh cooked spaghetti on there and then mash the bolt in. I don't know. That one doesn't have anything on it, so interesting. Could be just corrosion too, maybe. I don't know what the satisfying thing is of the snap when you bust that off. Okay, what the heck? This one has a bunch of junk on it. Wowee, I don't know what that stuff is, but it's just super coated. That one doesn't feel like it's got anything because it's coming out easy. Clean. Clean. Now this is the one that's probably going to ruin the... That one's clean. This is probably going to ruin the gasket trying to get this off. Ratchet sounding weird. Clean. I'm going to do... Oh no, this is the last one. We are on the last one. So it's funny how some of them got some junk on them, but 2 of them, and the rest of them are all clean. Oh, this one's got a bit of junk on it. So the very bottom, this one, the next one, and I think it was that one, had junk on them. A little bit of junk. I put them sort of back to where they come out of, just in case. Now this might be interesting, trying to get this thing loose. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I'd like it if the gasket would kind of not stay there and it would just kind of peel off and still be good. I think we got her. What are you hanging up on there, bud? Oh, I got you. The camshaft is stuck in the cover here. Wow, they even have bearing in there. That's really surprising. There's camshaft. It came out too with the whole shebang. A little bit of oil left in there. Wow, that's surprising because I had her draining out for like a month sitting here. Well, there we go. There's even the little, well, I'll get you down here and have a look. There's even the little oil sensor. So when the level gets down, it kills the ignition, kills the engine before it wrecks the engine. So that's a good thing. Stay up there, we can put that cam back in. Everything looks pretty good there. This cam was kind of sort of staying with the cover. Now I gotta find out where the hole, or the little, there's a little hole, there it is right there. I don't know if you can see that little dimple there. Your cam gear has to go in line with this little hole here. So that is not aligned there. And that's not aligned there. That's aligned there. Well, that's back in time now where it should be. Or your valves won't be opening right. I don't know, that seems to be spinning real nice there. Look at this, they even have like a little counterweight here. I've never really seen one of them before. That's amazing. That takes the vibration out of it. So if that wasn't there, it would be like constantly, you know, when the piston's going up and down and it's stopping and starting, stopping, starting, this is going the other way. So right now this is, let's see, we're top dead center and it's right at the back now. So it's counteracting with it, going that way and stopping, and it's swinging a weight this way, so it's kind of helping. So when we come back around again, that's right at the bottom now. The piston's right at the bottom here, and the weight, so that's stopping this way and it's pushing weight that way to counterbalance it. That's pretty cool. Isn't that clever? Wow. And of course, they've got the part number stamped. Frickin' from China even. 29. What is that? 09129 dot maybe A2. Wow. Isn't that insane? Even get me from over there. Anyways, there we go. That's pretty sweet. So everything looked good in there. It's well built. The only thing I didn't really like was the governor gear here is plastic. That, you know, probably for as much metal as they engineered for that, I'm thinking that probably could have been made of metal, but they got bearings and everything in here, so that's good. Everything's rolling on bearings, not like the old Briggs and Stratton, which were the frickin', you know, like bushing kind of thing, right in the side of the housing. You wear that out, well, this thing's junk. That you could switch a, you know, the bearing over. So, and what kind of seals are in these? Let's just push this guy back in, man. I don't know what kind of seals are in it. Well, it looks pretty good. It hadn't leaked at all, so that's good. Pretty happy with that. I'd say overall that's a pretty fine motor, but I just don't know why it's such a brute to start and pull, but it seems to be pretty nice, you know, like everything's good looking in there, the governor and everything there, and Well, I don't know. Well, I don't really know what I'm going to do with this engine now. I think I might just throw it back together, honestly. I don't really particularly need to have it in pieces. It's easier to move when it's together. So I just more or less wanted to look inside of it and see kind of what was the deal in there. And it's, you know, really well made. I think it's quite decent. So, but yeah, I'll now I had that gear out, and hopefully I didn't muck her up too bad. Although that is really tight there. That should be top there. I guess that's should be all right. We'll slap her back together, I guess, here, but I'll do her in like a super hyperdrive kind of reassembly thing here for you, and then you don't have to wait like the 40 minutes to see her back together. So yeah, I don't know what torques are. I'm just gonna crank them until I feel they're tight. These ones, head bolts will go probably pretty tight on them. No, it might run again someday for something. I don't know. It'd be a good spare engine for something. Right as of now, I don't really have a use for it for anything equipment wise. So we'll drive on, I guess. So anyways, here we go. Hyperdrive. there she is, all back together. I guess she's all good. I don't know. I'm not gonna run it or nothing because I got the gas all drained out of it. I got no oil in it. I don't really have oil up here to put in it. Actually, I got some 5W20. Maybe that'd be all right, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. So, but she's good. I think it's all right. Ready to rock. Although I don't know what I'll use it for, but very well built engine though. Kind of surprised. I'm surprised that the camshaft gear was actually metal and not plastic. A lot of them are plastic in these ones now, the cheapy ones. So, but the one governor gear was plastic, and maybe the plastic would last for a while, but I don't know. Maybe they're better than I think they are. But anyways, there we go. She's all back together. Good little project, fun little thing. I haven't had an engine apart for a while, and threw it all back together right before your eyes. There you go. So anyways, that's it for today. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later, and you guys have a good day.